Okay. Good morning. Lisbeth, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your business?
Good morning. My name is Lisbeth. Yeah, so I run the account on TikTok, Lily's Bikinis, and my brand is basically all handmade, ethical swimwear that is eco-friendly, sustainable, reversible, seamless, and I'm really just a brand that is all about uplifting women, making women feel seen and heard within the industry, and helping women basically like bloom into the woman of their dreams, sharing my story in hopes that my story inspires them to pursue their wildest, most grandiose dreams as well.
And how long have you been in business?
Really for 5 years technically, but I took my first 4 years were super unsuccessful. And then I took 1 year off to work at a digital marketing firm. So if you really want to be like, how long have you been in business? I'd say 1 year of like true business where I've been making any type of profit.
Okay, awesome. Okay, question number 2. How long have you been on TikTok?
I made my first TikTok on October 19th of 2020, which was my birthday. So I told myself that I don't care how long it took to make one TikTok. That was my gift to myself for my birthday, was taking the time out of my busy schedule to make my first TikTok, and that I did.
That's
So now
so
it's been
cute. I
10
didn't know
months.
that. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. 11
Yeah.
now. Great. Dude, I started in December, like mid-December, and the girl yesterday we spoke to started mid-December as well. So it's funny how we all have such similar stories. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you please tell me how TikTok has affected your business?
I feel like other platforms, it didn't matter what you posted. Like the reach was very limited, the organic reach. And so TikTok really just opened up the opportunity for, number one, a more clear and concise message to be put out. And it allowed the opportunity for storytelling. And that's what really drove my business this year. And what really scaled it was the ability that TikTok gave me to be able to tell my story in a 30-second, 1-minute clip, in comparison to, the opportunities that we had on Instagram, where sure you could make a rinky dink video on Instagram, but the time that it takes to edit outside of TikTok and things like that
Right.
are not
Feasible.
efficient for a business owner. Exactly.
Right.
And so TikTok just allowed for storytelling to take place in such an easy and efficient way for small business owners, which allowed people to connect with you, and its
And
organic
get
reach
to
is
know
incredible.
you as a human, which a lot of times once people can actually see you as a person, see the person behind the brand and the why, they're much more inclined to shop and to be an ongoing customer with you. So just awesome.
100%. 100%. I'd always say that having a face to the brand is going to be coming back.
Huge.
Like that's what's making a comeback in these next 20 years. Storytelling is what's making a comeback. And the reason why that is because nowadays people want to connect with people online. That's why influencers
Right.
are getting paid millions of dollars just to say, hey, buy this product, because these people have captured an audience and have made an emotional connection to this audience and have built trust with this audience, that now businesses need to shift to being that persona themselves, so they don't
Mhm.
have to spend as much on influencers.
Right.
They're setting themselves up to be their own influencers. So that's the way that I see it. And when I worked at the digital marketing firm, that's kind of what the mission that I came in with and what I explained to them, and they were totally on board.
Did you notice the biggest impact gradually, or did it derive from a viral post?
Definitely from a viral post. I mean, the way that I see it is that consistency is key, because I personally believe that when you're consistent, TikTok will push you out onto the For You page. And anybody that even just watches your video all the way through or likes your video but doesn't necessarily commit to following you yet, over time, you're developing this pool of candidates, of people that are interested in your video and your content, and TikTok is aware of that. So then when you have one video that is really a good seller or is really hitting home with your audience that already follows you, it's shown to that pool of candidates that TikTok has already identified for you. And then all of those people jump on board at the same time. And then of course you have the outliers who are people who have never seen your videos before, but they just see that something else is popping off. So they hop on the trend too. So it kind of builds on top of one another for sure.
In terms of sales, were your sales gradual or did they come from something going viral?
You definitely have sales from something going viral. Yeah, you prepare with TikTok, you basically prepare for the day that you have that video go viral. Rewind. For TikTok, you basically prepare for that day you have the video go viral. So you just be consistent and you believe in the fact that that one video, whichever one it is, you don't know which one it is, but whichever one it is going to bring you home all of the money that you should have been paid for the hard work that you've been putting into the account. So it definitely derives consistency to some degree, but success really comes with those viral videos that hit home.
Okay. Can you tell us the impact of your first video going viral? So I do know that you had one really amazing video that had, I believe, 1 or 2 million views, might have been even more than that, but that one I think was your big seller. So can you please tell me the impact that that one super viral video had and how far into your journey on TikTok you actually posted that?
Yeah. So the video that really made a difference for me was a video that has 1.5 million views right now. Yep. And I think I posted that in April. And so I would have been on the platform October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 7 months. I was on the platform for 7 months when I had that video go viral. And I was just hanging out with my friends and all of a sudden I see ding, 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 ding. And I am like, what is going on? And it sure enough was that a video was going viral on TikTok and I basically sold out of everything. And, you know, it gets to a point where I think we all need to come to terms to whenever a video does go viral, you're going to have negative comments on a video. After it gets past a certain point, the negativity begins to flow in. But that's just natural. But yeah, it was one video that I spent 2 hours working on and I was hoping it would give me a return, but I wasn't expecting the massive return that it gave me.
That's so awesome. Yeah. So for me personally, I started my account in December. One video went viral in January. That brought in like 30,000 followers. And I think like that month for the first time ever, like December, my sales were $300 and they were all from my crazy ex that I had blocked. And literally January, my sales were $7,000 American off of that one video. And then like, you know how it goes like this and it, you know, still keeps circulating. So $7,000 in January. And I was like, whoa, like this is sick. Let's go. And then, you know, it tapers off and it like becomes more of like a consistent gradual flow. And then again, I had one video go crazy in July and it's at 800,000 views. And it was just about herbs for ADHD that are in my Uplift formula. And that I went for dinner with my girls, not expecting anything. When I had refreshed the page at home, it had like 200-300 views, wasn't getting that many likes. I was like, whatever, go for dinner. And I'm like, what's happening? And it was like bing, 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 bing. And then I'm like, yo, I sold out hours ago, like chill. And I was almost about to take the video down. But in July, that one video pretty much brought me 40,000 American, which like for us is like 47. So
that is amazing.
The impact of a viral video is just so huge. And I think that's what a lot of us are really trying to talk about is that with consistency, the algorithm, so it actually does, your thought process is right. The algorithm does watch your account, watches consistency, and then if you do post 3-4 times a day, every day for X amount of time, regardless of what you're posting, as long as it's even mediocre or decent, it will go viral. So consistency is mainly the thing, which is why I try to post every day, do my makeup every day, because like if something's going to go viral, I don't want to look crazy out here on these streets. Someone was like, why are you always wearing makeup? I'm like, bro, I literally do my lives without makeup on, like, while I'm doing my makeup. But, like, do I want 1 million people to see my crazy face? No, sir. Allow me to look decent. Thank you.
Yeah, I schedule a couple of days on every week where I have, like, my makeup fully done. Like, today I just did BB cream, but like content day is like 3 days a week for me, I feel like, is just dedicated to content. And it takes a lot of time to make these TikToks. It is so incredibly time consuming, but the opportunity for payoff is way more significant than any other platform out there right now for it to happen organically. So sure, you can go ahead and throw $10,000 at an Instagram campaign, but if you're not in the position to, which a lot of small businesses are not, putting in those hours of work is definitely going to pay off for you, for sure.
Yeah, same. I don't pay for a dollar in ad spend still. I've tried, but as a supplement company, I run into a lot of roadblocks, a lot of restrictions. Both my Instagram and Facebook ads accounts are banned right now for God knows what reason. I mean, I'm going to try now. I'm pushing into email marketing. I'm trying to hire the right firm to do my email marketing for me and hopefully push from there. But yeah, right now I'm just straight chilling on TikTok. But it's scary to rely on one platform because anytime I'm banned, like I think 3-4 days ago, was it 5 days ago, I made a video again about herbs for ADHD, something related. It has 150 views right now, 150,000. And yeah, like my sales one Wednesday, I think, were like $3,000. The next day was like $2,000. Next day was 1,200. Next day I got banned and it was like $200. I was like, damn. And then it stayed 200 for the whole weekend. I came off my ban on Monday and it went back up to 1,200, 1,300. I'm like, yo, the impact that TikTok has is like,
yeah, it absolutely, for sure it is.
So the last question, my love, do you have any advice for someone starting out on TikTok and creating their brand and awareness on the app today?
Identify a niche other than your product, maybe a message that you want to send out that's tied into your personality and your story, and be very consistent with that niche and your product. Tie in that niche to your story and your product, because if you start your account and you're kind of hopping all over the place, this was a mistake I made. If you start your account and you're hopping all over the place and you develop an audience based on different niches, it's going to affect how the posts that have to do directly with your products perform, because nobody's there for that. So from day one, start with your product and your business story that's tied into whatever message you want to put out along with your business, and stick to those things. That would be my one recommendation, because that's where I'm at now, where I started for the first like 3 months, not really having a niche, not really wanting a niche, kind of hopping around, seeing what works for me. And now I'm kind of at a place where I'm stuck and I'm losing followers, but I'm happy that I'm losing followers because I want those people to leave. I want those people to leave, to not dwindle down the algorithm for the videos that I continue to put out and that they're truly not interested in. So that would be my recommendation.
I love that. I definitely agree. Like from day one, I took a TikTok course before I started. I don't know if I've told you that, but I took a course on understanding like same thing that I'm doing now. I started out with a course as well, and it was life-changing for me because I knew nothing about TikTok. So instead of making my account in October and like struggling and getting the wrong followers and stuff, I went in there having studied a course through and through, studied it twice, watched everyone else. I went through different videos on the app in my niche that were viral and studied them, saw how they started them, saw how they ended them, saw why people were catching on, studied them against videos that weren't doing well, seeing the difference between the aesthetic, the lighting, the culture, the filter, the this, the that, and really just like zoning in on what it was that was the recipe for virality, I guess. So I completely agree, and I do think that it is powerful to take a course just so that you don't have to deal with that fumble around area and the time it takes to kind of like backpedal off of that. Mm-hmm. So that's like a really great example of why it's important to, have the course as an asset and a tool.
So absolutely. Awesome. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for doing this and helping out and being such a lovely little queen.
My pleasure.
Any more questions or anything that you have?
None from me. I mean, is there any question that we talked about that you want me to give like a more concise answer to that could be more helpful? Because I know I'm very long-winded. So if you want to repeat one of the questions and me give you a more concise answer that could be potentially be better for the video, let me know and we can
Yeah,
just go over that.
so in terms of return from a viral video, can you tell me a month before you made TikTok how many orders you were getting and then what a viral TikTok brought in order-wise? You don't have to share your money with me, but just to say like X amount of order. Like, for example, for me in December, my $300 worth of orders were from 3 different people. And one of them was just because my ex was blocked but used as like a sponsorship on the page, like because he's in the NFL and he was blocked on everything. So he came up to me and he was like messaging me through the goddamn website being like, why can I be used as endorsement but you can't text me back? And then he was like, first he was messaging me being like, send me the link. I just want more. It helps me sleep. Please, why are you doing this? And then the next thing was like, I found it on LinkedIn. Thanks. And then the third comment was like, oh, so I can be used as endorsement, but I can't get unblocked or a reply. Gosh. And then the next one was like, oh, thanks. I got my package. I appreciate it.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, December I had like no sales versus January when I had, I think it was like something like 80 or 90 orders. And for me, that was huge.
So for me, I basically started advertising my brand January of 2021. All the month of January, I was advertising it. And then for the full month of February, I released my collection February 2nd. And I made $4,000 that month, which is not a significant amount, but granted,
a lot for swimwear.
Exactly. It's a lot for swimwear. I had been trying this business for 4 years. Nothing was turning out for me. And I made $4,000 the first month of releasing my my collection on TikTok. And then let me see for the viral video.
And yeah, these interviews will also be used in chapter 1 of the course. So anyone taking the course will be able to watch the edited version of this video as well.
Right. Okay, cool. So in May is when I had my first viral video go off, and then I made $10,000 that month, in the month of May. And the month of June, which was even bigger for me than that, because as you know, the video continues to just roll through the application. So the month of June was even bigger for me than the month of May. So yeah, those are my numbers for those viral videos. Yeah.
Cool.
And a lot of those, also a lot of my numbers being so low also has to do with my inventory. Like I was not prepared for the amount of orders that were going to come in. So like for me, once it sold out, and I wasn't investing a whole lot into my inventory because I had no idea what was waiting for me or what opportunities were going to arise for me. Now I'm at the point where I've got stocked like 73 bottoms, 89 tops. Like I'm ready to go for when that day hits. Everything's going to go flying off the shelf. So yeah.
Awesome. I love that.